colors. Awesome. And then a few pieces of white paper. I'd say you could get away with 2, but be prepared to maybe make some mistakes and have probably 3 or 4 handy. So you probably need 3 or 4 pieces of paper. Then do we start set? Then do we set? Do you mean start, Mackie? We're going to start really soon. We need paper. Okay. And then one of the last things that we're going to need is some string, or I have yarn, or if you have anything, maybe like lanyard string or just random ribbon from your house, anything that can act like string and can like connect one thing to another. I think that is all we're going to need for sure. So let me write that. String slash ribbon. There is the optional Play-Doh or Model Magic. So what we're going to be making is a shadow box. And once I show you the example in the video, just like we did on Monday, I'm going to have a video again and show you guys a brief little thing of what we're going to be doing. Then I will explain why and how you could possibly use clay or Model Magic. So if you have that, great. If you don't, that's totally fine. I didn't have any in my house, so I'm not going to use it. Okay. Do we have any questions? Does anyone not have any materials? Wave your hand in front of the camera if you don't have any materials. We're missing anything? Okay, let's see. Maya, did you have another question?
And it said on the list of what you needed, a pencil and an eraser.
Yes, okay. Thank you for reminding me. I didn't have one in front of me because I wasn't going to use one. But yes, like Maya said, grab a pencil with an eraser. If you've been in my art class before, normally I'll draw things out with a marker firsthand, but I recommend that you guys always draw with pencil so that you can erase it. I can't use pencil because it doesn't show up through the monitor and you can't see that well. So yes, pencil. Oop, thank you for reminding me, Maya. Do we have any more questions? Does anyone not have any materials? I see you guys holding your stuff out in front of me. I know the string's pretty fun. Steven, are we okay on attendance? Does it look like?
I just finished taking it right now.
Awesome. We have anyone not here? Anyone here that's not supposed to be?
We have quite a few not here, but everyone that's here should be here.
Okay, awesome. So I am going to show you guys a quick little video, just like we did on Monday. I'm going to give you guys a little example, and so you know in your brain what we are going to be doing and have like an idea of what we're creating. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. Desktop. Okay. Steven, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So this is Laurel. If you guys know Laurel, if you've been to art camp, she is one of our amazing, fabulous teachers, and she actually created this project that Ashley and I decided to do for us today. So we're going to be doing about the same thing, but we're going to have a little bit of a variation. So let's go ahead and watch a little bit of the example to show you guys what we're going to be doing.
Notice how I've left extra white paper that I folded to make tabs on the parts that are going to pop out. I'm gluing the cloud down first because it's going to sit flat. Next, I'm going to glue down the little boy, putting glue on the tabs. Pressing down. Another cloud. Sun. I'm going to have the sun overlap the cloud a little bit. And the last is the rainbow. And here's my finished shadow box. Remember, boys and girls, you could put any...
Go back. So this is what we're going to be making today. Our boxes might be a little bigger and deeper than hers, and we're going to do a little bit of a variation on the person holding the balloon, but generally this is what we're going to be doing. And the reason I showed you this part of the video is because so you can see the little tabs that we're going to have to make, because that is a really, really important part. And I just wanted you to see a visual representation on a good video how we're going to glue those tabs in. And we're going to be making our own little 3D self-portrait depiction of ourselves and a little nature scene holding a balloon. And if you have Play-Doh and you wanted to make, say, a tree or a flower, or if you had white Play-Doh and you wanted to make maybe the clouds out of Play-Doh, that would be where the Play-Doh would come in. But again, that's optional. If you want to have the Play-Doh and then be creative with it, that is up to you. I'm going to show you to do it without Play-Doh because I don't have any. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Does anyone have any questions before we get started? Are we good to go? Okay.
Sadie, I think, has a question real quick.
Awesome.
Sadie, did you have a question? No? Okay.
Just want to raise our hand.
Miles, do you have a question? Here, try. There you go.
Can we use Legos?
Oh, totally. Yeah, you could add in Legos. You could add in your own little scene of Legos if you wanted to build like a nature scene out of Legos. Yeah, of course. I'm going to give you the little guidelines though. And then at the end is where you could be super creative and use either your Legos or whatever you wanted to use. Okay, so step one, what we're going to need is you guys are going to take a pencil. I'm going to take a marker. Like I said, I use marker so that you guys can see what I'm doing better through the screen. And then we're also going to be taking our box and our first piece of paper out of many pieces of paper. Okay? And I'm going to tape this up onto my wall so you guys can see what I'm doing. It's not this yet. This is just an example for later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I need to find the back of my box. So when we make our shadow box, it's going to be sitting up like this and it's going to be a display. So this wall and this panel of my box is going to be the back. So we need to find the other side of that one. So right here, it would be like the bottom of the box and the back of the box when it's standing upright. So we need to find that side. Okay, so we're going to take that side. And what we're going to do is we're going to hold it up to our piece of paper. Now, if your box is too big to cover your entire piece of paper, like it overlaps it, you're going to need to use two pieces of paper right here. But my box fits just fine. I'm going to bring you guys a little bit closer, like that. So I'm just laying it like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace the outside of my box with my pencil or marker. So I'm going to find the edge and I'm going to make a line underneath. So see, I made a line on the bottom, just like that, going from one corner to another. And we're just basically making the shape of our box on our piece of paper. I'm going to do it again on the side. I'm going to go across the top and then the other side. So we should be left with a rectangle or box that perfectly fits the outside, or that perfectly fits your box inside of it. And if you need to use two pieces of paper, if your box doesn't fit, if it's too long, just use two pieces of paper and maybe tape them together in the middle and then lay your box down. And then we'll just follow the same steps as you would with the regular size box. So does anyone have any questions with that? Are we okay with this step? We looking okay, Steven?
Maya, do you have a question?
My box is long, and I have a long piece of paper, but I'm just tracing mine like you did.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Because I have a long piece of paper. and my
Awesome.
box is long.
So it works out just great for you, a long box and a long piece of paper.
Perfect.
So I've created this outline of my box right here. This is step 1. And once you're done, you can set your box down. We're not going to be using it for right now. We only needed it for this step right here. Okay? All right, looks like we're still working on tracing our box. So I'm going to give us a minute to do that, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay? It looks like
Matthew?
something's finishing up.
Do you cut out what you traced?
We will, but wait for instructions because we're going to do it in a little bit special of a way. A good question, because you're thinking ahead. All right. It looks like most of us might be ready to move on. So what we're going to do with this piece of paper is we are going to make this our background. So this is what we are going to actually end up cutting out, just like Mackie said, and we're going to tape it on the inside of our box. And so this is going to be the background of our sky. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make our background first, color it all in, do the designs, do everything that we want to inside here, and then we're going to tape it down. It's not this. This is different. This is for later. Move that over here. So we're making a sky, right? Just like in the box, it seemed like Laurel had painted the inside of hers, but for ours, we're just going to do our own little design, and then we're going to tape it in. So we are going to have a blue sky. So everyone grab a blue color or a blue marker or something like that, anything that you have colored pencil wise, okay? And we are just going to start coloring this entire background blue. And if you want to, you can take your pencil or your black marker and you can already make some clouds and designs. This is where you can start being creative. So look, I'm gonna make some clouds that aren't gonna be 3D. These aren't gonna be the pop-up ones like we're gonna make later. I'm just gonna make some for the background. Or if you wanted to make your person standing like on a hill, on a beach, anything like that, you can add in little mountains. I'm gonna add in some little mountains like that. And then I'm gonna color all of everything that is the sky blue. And say you did mountains or a beach scene like I did right here, I'm gonna color mine green. So let's just start coloring. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to color every single edge and every little line. It's gonna be just, this is the background. This isn't the focal part of our project. Is everyone doing okay? Do we have any questions or anything right now as we're just starting our coloring?
Looks like they're all good.
Awesome. So I'm just coloring my background blue. If you wanted to do like flowers on your meadow, if you wanted to put birds in your sky, anything right now would be super duper cool. Aside from what we're going to end up being our 3D little portions. Just like this. See, my coloring's not perfect. I still have some little white spots and splotches, but that's okay. It's not gonna be all completely colored. Again, this is just our background. If you have crayons, this is probably the best. That's probably the best for this part is crayons, because crayons, you know, you can color really, really quick with them. Colored pencil might be the hardest. If you want to turn your colored pencil on its side and color with the wide part of your pencil, that would probably be good for you if you're using colored pencils. Or if you're like me, you're using markers, just do what I'm doing. This. And then I'm being careful to not color my cloud blue. If you did a cloud like I did, don't color it blue because then it'll just blend right in and it won't pop out like a white cloud normally does in the sky. So I'm just coloring it really carefully around. Color, color, color. Just like this. And you also don't have to be too precise around the edges because these eventually will be shrunk in just a tiny bit. It's kind of like, so we're gonna take it in just a little bit when we cut it so that it fits perfectly in our box. So I'm still coloring, coloring, coloring. Just like that. Okay, so I've colored my whole sky. So hopefully you're with me, not too far behind me. And now I'm gonna color my little hillside green because I wanted to do a little hillside scene. If you did a beach, if you did like one single beach mountain or something like that, you could do it like yellow for the sand, or if you have like a light tan color, you could do that. Coloring. Again, this is just our background, so it doesn't have to be super detailed. Here we go, I colored in my hills. So hopefully, again, you guys are coloring along with me, not too far behind. Oh, awesome. I see someone holding theirs up. Virginia, that looks amazing. That looks really pretty. I'm just setting my markers down for now, and I've finished my background. Oh, awesome. I see. Maya, thank you for sharing. That looks great. I see how your paper is extra long. That's really cool that you have that. Are we all doing good? We're all doing okay? Anyone have any questions? Anyone having any trouble? We're all looking good. We're all just peacefully coloring our little nice sky backgrounds. Once I see that less of us are still concentrating on coloring, then we'll move on to the next step, which will be to cut it out. But don't do that yet. If you're finished, wait for my instructions because there's a very specific step we have to follow. Awesome, we're just coloring so nicely. Let's see, maybe. Okay, give me some thumbs up so I can have an idea of who is done. So give me some thumbs up if you're done. I see a couple. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Okay. So we're a little bit more than half, it seems to be done.
Yep. Maya, do you have a question? Oh.
Oop, uh-oh.
Here, try it now.
Can you show us the next step now? And then if friends are still waiting, you can show them.
Sure. Okay. Let's give it one more minute and then we'll move on. Okay. I just want to make sure that everyone is not feeling rushed and that we're having enough time. Oh, I see. Thank you for your thumbs. Oh, thank you for your thumbs. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next step. So I'm going to take mine down and I'm going to move the camera around a little bit again so that you guys can see just my desk like this. Okay. So I've got my piece of paper. I've got it colored in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my outside lines. I'm going to take my scissors. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it a little bit inside the lines. So see, this is my line. and I've cut it maybe about like almost a centimeter, not all the way a centimeter, but a little bit inside my lines, just like that. So you see, I have this much that I've cut off. And this is because when we traced our boxes, there was a little bit of an edge, and we want to make sure that we have enough room for it fully to be placed in our box. So I'm just going to do that to every single edge that we come across. I'm going to cut it a little bit inside the lines. You don't want to cut it too much, because then that will leave our box with a lot of brown spaces surrounding it, which is fine. But that's not really what we want. Just like this. And I'm on my bottom edge. There we go. So I'm left with my beautiful scene, and it doesn't have any edges, which is really nice. It doesn't have a border or anything. It's perfectly clean and colored. Hang on. I gotta let my dog out of my room because she's barking at me. There we go. Get out, dog. Okay. So, and then I have all these scraps, which we can put in our recycle bins, or reuse them maybe for a project later. So, but look, I have all my borders and edges. So hopefully yours has the same amount of edge as mine does. So, and now I'm gonna double check. If you're done like I am, I'm gonna double check that it fits inside really nicely. Oh, and it does. It fits just perfectly. Can you see that? So double check and make sure that your paper fits in your box too. And if there's a part that it kind of doesn't fit and you're feeling you need to push it a lot, cut that edge a little bit more. So just like this, and see, I don't have a big brown border around it. Fits in just perfectly. Oh, awesome. Who's showing me this? Shaylee, and then Virginia showing me hers, Sydney, Leah, Charlotte and Kaylee. Oh my gosh, Ava. These all look so awesome. So now I'm just gonna make sure, is everyone doing okay? Do we have any questions? Are we moving too fast? We're all doing good?
Yep, it looks like we're all doing good.
Okay. All right, don't be afraid to ask questions if you have any. So, for those of us who are ready, our next step is super simple and easy. It's literally just gonna be to glue or tape in your paper to that back. So you can start doing that if you're ready. If you're not, it's okay. That's not the longest step, so it's just a quick little easy thing. So I'm gonna take the back of my paper, this is the front, and I'm gonna flip it over, and I'm gonna take my glue, and I'm gonna run it all around, mostly the edges, not so much the middle. Just like this, it should be super easy. And then if you have tape, you can tape it in. I would recommend doing the kind of roll method where you make the tape like stick to itself and then you stick it to the paper, making like double-sided tape. But I just have my glue stick, so I'm gonna do an X in the middle, and I've done all the edges, and I just did a little X in the middle. And then I'm gonna take my box, and I'm gonna slide it in. And I'm pushing down all the edges, making sure it's super nice and secure in there. And then I lift it up and it won't fall out. And we have our beautiful background for our amazing scene that we're about to do. Okay, put my lid on my glue stick. And give me like a wave if you're still working. Give me a wave if you're still working on this step.
Okay, I see quite a few waves.
Okay, then we're gonna hang out right here for just a minute. And for those of you who are done like me, just hang out. We gotta wait for all our friends. But look, isn't this so cool? This is so cool. I love this project. It looks like someone's playing the drums on their box.
Oh, Nicholas.
um, yeah. Box has many purposes, guys. It's not just an art project, it's a musical instrument. Awesome. I see lots of friends holding their taped in food in boxes. So we're going to give it another minute and we're going to do another check-in to make sure everyone's doing all right. This is such a cool project. This is going to be one that you guys are going to have to share in the Drive or the Dropbox. I still haven't figured out what it is.
Let me pull up Ash's email.
Awesome. Charlotte and Kaylee, those look great. Amazing. Maya, yours looks amazing as well. Okay, give me another wave if you're still working. If you're still working on this step, if you need a little bit more time. Okay, I see a couple friends. So we're gonna give it about 1 more minute. Hopefully we can wrap this up so we can move on. Because we don't want to run out of time. We're halfway through class and we still have a lot to do.
All right, so the virtual art gallery is actually a Google Drive, so it's easy to upload and see everyone's artwork.
Oh, awesome. Okay, it is a Drive. So this is going to be a project you guys are for sure going to have to take a picture of and upload to the Drive or send to Ashley so she can put it up there and show off your work to your friends and your art camp peers and everything like that. Okay. I see a couple friends are still working. Oh, it looks like we're still cutting. It looks like some of us are still cutting. Okay. If you're a little bit ahead and you feel like you can copy on your own, I have our next step hanging right here. And we're going to be drawing, for those of you who aren't ready yet, don't worry. We're not moving on. I'm just giving everyone who's ahead a little bit of a heads up. This is what we're going to be doing. So if you feel ready, grab your piece of paper, grab your pencil, and get ready for our next step because we're going to move on to that in a couple minutes. I just want to make sure that everyone is feeling good about moving on because I see some friends still working. Yeah, so we're going to draw each one of these shapes individually. And I've done mine a little clumped in, like close together, because I wanted kind of an outline of what it was going to look like once it was in the box. But we are going to be drawing a rainbow, some clouds, one or two. I think I might even only draw one. A balloon, the top of the balloon, ourself. We're going to do a little miniature self-portrait, and the sun. And those are going to be all of our pieces that are going to be those stick-up ones that we're going to attach to the sides of our box. Maya, did we have another question?
What if you're using markers and your markers don't have a peach, like your skin color in it?
I didn't have a peach. I just left mine blank. If you have a color that matches your skin tone really well and you feel like you want to use that, then go right ahead. I didn't have a color. But yeah, those are tricky. Those are hard because everyone's skin color is a little bit different. So if you feel like you have one that matches you really well, you can use that. I didn't. All right. I think we're going to move on because I see a lot of us are ready. For those of you who are not, don't worry. Just let me know and we will come back and revisit everything and I will make sure that you are caught up and ready. So take your next white piece of paper and your pencil. Get your pencil at the ready. And take my piece right here so we can follow along. Okay, I'm gonna get my marker ready. And we're basically just going to be drawing all these shapes. The thing is though, make sure you spread them out and give them enough space to not only be cut out like around them so that we can still see the outlines of the shapes that we've made, but also leave enough space for a little tab like the one that Laurel in the video folded over to be left so that we have enough room for that. So follow along with me and I will explain that. So the first shape I want to draw is the sunshine. I'm going to put it in my top right corner over here. Again, you can put your shapes wherever you want. It doesn't matter because we're going to end up cutting each one individually out anyway. Just make sure you have enough space around them. So don't put it all close together and clumped up. This right here is even a little bit too close than it needs to be. But let's start with the sun. So I'm just doing a circle. Just a circle just like that. And then just some rays around it. A super, super duper simple little sun. And again, you're doing this in pencil. I'm doing it in marker just so that you guys can see it. And then we're gonna go in and color it later after this. So hopefully when we are coloring and everything, those who are a little bit behind can have the opportunity to catch up. And I'm going to go ahead and draw in the box that I'm going to leave to fold over. So I'll show you guys where this comes in later if you're not really connecting with me, but I'm just going to add a little box on top of my sun, just like that. So I've done the top line of a box and the two side lines, but I haven't added the bottom. So when we go in and cut this out, that is going to be our guidelines for our little tabby piece, like we saw in the video, remember? So I'm going to leave that there, okay? My next shape I'm going to go in and make is the balloon. You can make these whatever color, whatever shape that you want to. I'm giving you the guidelines of how I did mine. If you feel like you know how to do a sun or a balloon better or differently, whatever you want to, you can have your artistic creativity and freedom to do that if you feel like you want to. So I'm gonna leave enough space, again, to have it so that my balloon isn't anywhere near my sun when I wanna go cut it out. And I made this kind of upside down teardrop shape. That's step number one for the balloon. And it's a little bumpy and funky because I'm drawing on my wall and it's like bumpy. So hopefully yours will actually look a little better than mine right here. So I made that upside down teardrop shape. So to do that, I just made a little hump on the top, like a half circle, and then I connected it with a V at the bottom. Just like that. Okay, and then on the bottom, I'm just gonna put a little triangle. Just like that, a little triangle, and that makes a balloon shape. Optional, if you want to, you can add a little light mark. You can add a circle or a square. So I'll just add a little triangle or a little diamond shape right there, and that I will leave white. When I'm going to color in my pieces, I'm not going to color that in. So it's going to stay white and it's going to look like a little light spot on the balloon. And I'm going to do the same thing. Oh, my tape's a little bit in the way. Let me move my tape over. I'm going to do the same thing I did with the sun and make that same little box shape again on top of the balloon. And this is going to be that tab that we're going to use as our guideline to cut out and stick to the top of our box. Just like that. Okay. And the next shape that we're going to make is a cloud. You can make as many clouds as you want. I'm just going to do one example. And then I also put one inside my box. So if you did that just like I did, maybe just do one. If you want to do more, you can. But so for clouds, super duper easy. If you have a better way, you can do that way. But that's just the way I do it. For this cartoonish kind of style, is you make little bumpity things like that, like a little almost half circle, but not as big. And you're gonna connect it to make a big oval shape. One other hump, another bump, another one, just like that. Another one. and all the way around until you finish your shape like this. Just like that. And that is what I am left with. I've got my little cloud shape. And then I'm going to do that same thing, and I'm going to leave myself a guideline for where the tab is going to be. Just like that. Is everyone doing all right? Do we have any questions? Oh, awesome. I see some friends are ahead and they're already starting coloring. It looks amazing. My next shape that I'm going to go in and make is my rainbow. You can make your rainbow however you want, but just do it. So you have space for each one of the colors in the rainbow. So hopefully you'll have 6 spaces. So I made 1 loop, another loop. So now I've made 1 space, just like that. So that's going to be my red spot. I'm going to go, and that's going to be my orange spot. And so on, yellow spot, green spot, blue spot, and purple spot for me is going to be on the bottom, just like that. And I've made my little rainbow. The thing is, for the rainbow, this one isn't going to be connected to the top. This one's going to be connected to the bottom, because rainbows, kind of their tops and their bottoms connect to the ground. They're not just hanging out in the sky, at least for my creation that I've decided. So we're going to do the same thing, but it's going to be on the bottom like that. So I've made the box, but I just haven't put the top on instead of the bottom, like for the other ones I did up there. And now I'm going to start doing my self-portrait. You can do this any way that you want to. For me, I've done mine right here. It looks like me, see, I have my hand and I have my overalls. Do it your hair color, you could do it your eye color, you could do it your skin color, whatever you feel like looks like you, create that on your page. And we're all different, so every single person is gonna look a little bit different. So I'll just show you how I did mine for the general shape of my body. So I started with a little U shape. Like this for my face. I started with a little U shape, just like that. And then I started the top of my hair. So I went like this and like that. So this is the first shape that I made. I started with the U, and then I added 2 little lines that came to a point, which is kind of like the top of my hair part. If you have bangs, you could go straight across right there and add in some bangs. If you have like hair that falls in your face and it's maybe like you want to do some points or anything like that, you could do it just like that. And then I went in and did my face. So for my eyes, I did upside down little miniature smiles, upside down little miniature, almost like a rainbow hump, but tiny, and 1 for each eye. So it's like I'm smiling and super happy to be in the sun and playing in my rainbow and with my balloon. And then I did my nose, I did a little point for my nose, and then I did a big smile because I'm so happy, just like that. And then I went in and I started making my body. And I didn't finish my hair until the end because the hair ended up actually connecting with my shoulders. So I wanted to make my shoulders before I did my actual hair. So then I went in and made my neck. So I did 2 lines down. Oh, I smudged it. I did 2 lines down just like that. And then I made a little hoop up for my neckline. And then I just drew my clothes and my arms. So for my arm, you want to make sure you have 1 arm up so you can hold your balloon. Don't draw your balloon string yet. If you did, it's okay, but don't draw it yet because this is where our string and our ribbon is going to come in a little bit later. So I drew my arm going up to my balloon. Just like this, I drew kind of a wiggly line, and my arm is eventually going to be pointing up. And then I did my fingers. Down like that. And this is my arm Again, mine's a little bit bumpy because I'm drawing on the wall, but this is what my other one looks like. And then I drew my other arm, and this one I just had hanging down. You can do whatever you want for this step. You can have another one going up, like you're really excited, 2 arms up. I just had mine hanging down. And then I finished my body by just doing 2 lines down like that. And you can draw, I drew my hair and I connected it to my shoulders. Just like that. And that is my finished person right there. And you can draw on the clothes anything you want. You could draw stripes, you could draw a picture of a sailboat, you could draw polka dots, you could draw overalls like I did, anything that you want. So I'm just gonna make mine have a t-shirt and I'm gonna cut it off right there. And now I'm gonna go in one more time and add a little tab on the bottom of me, of my self-portrait of myself. Just like this. And this one I made a little bit wider so that it would have a good amount of sturdy support for the bottom of me, because this is like our biggest, tallest thing, I would say, which is going to be kind of hard to hold up. Is everyone doing okay? Do we have any questions? It looks like, did someone drop off? I think we lost someone. Maybe they'll find their way back.
I didn't get any messages from them.
Yeah, all right. I did not either. And now I'm gonna go in and start coloring all my pieces. So if you're right there with me, color in your pieces too. And this is where you can really be creative. You can make your sun whatever color you want. I'm gonna make mine yellow, traditional. You can make your balloon any color you want. You can have your balloon have designs on it. That could be super cool. You could make your balloon with stripes. You can make your balloon with polka dots. Color in your rainbow. I would leave the cloud white. Personal preference, I would want the cloud to be white. But what I might go in and do is color the outside of the cloud blue. Just so it matches up with the sky behind it. So I made my sun yellow. I'm gonna color in my balloon. I'm gonna make my balloon pink. Like this. And then I'm gonna color my rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. So first red. And orange. Yellow. Green. Blue. And purple. And then I'm gonna color myself. So for me, my hair is like kind of blonde and brown. So think about what color your hair is and do it the same way that you feel like you want to be represented on paper. If you have really dark hair, make your hair really dark. If you have really light hair, make your hair really light. Anything like that. So I'm gonna go in first with yellow and then brown because I have blondish brownish hair. Just like that. If you finish a little early here as well, in coloring, add more detail. That's always what makes art projects just that much better, is adding a little bit extra detail. I'm gonna make my shirt purple because I want it to be purple. Like that. Make my shirt purple. And I'm gonna make that tiny little bottom of my pants blue. And then I'm gonna be done coloring. So I'm done coloring. Hopefully you guys are near done coloring because we are running a little bit short on time.
Yep, we've got less than 10 minutes.
So I'm gonna take mine down. I'm gonna lay it on my table. And I'm gonna give us like 30 more seconds to finish coloring. And then I'm gonna show you the next step. If you don't finish coloring, that's okay. I just wanna make sure we have enough time so you can see the steps that you need to finish. And if you don't end up finishing in the time that class has, that's okay, that's totally fine. Hi, Ashley.
Hi.
Hi.
We finished, I was doing Camp Spirit Game Zone and we finished a little early. So I want to hop in and see how we were doing over here.
Awesome, we're doing good. We're making our shadow boxes. We have our background and we're just finishing coloring on our little pieces. And then once we're finished coloring, we're about to go ahead and glue them on in. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Everyone looks very busy doing their work.
Oh, we've been really busy and meticulous today, and we've had lots of things and lots of steps.
Yeah, but this is a cool project.
Oh yeah, this is such a fun
project. Ava, those look great.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you to any mommies or daddies or nannies or grandmas or whoever that are sitting with the kids. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much. You make art from home possible.
Yeah. We like them to, do as much as they can on their own, but sometimes with our friends, our little camper friends, they need extra help, and we really appreciate your help.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna go in really quick. It's okay if you guys are still coloring. I'm gonna show you the next step so that we are gonna have enough time, hopefully, to just go over what the end of the project is. And then if you need to, you can have time to finish after we all sign off. So I'm gonna tilt you guys down and show you my paper. So I have all my pieces right here, and pay attention right now. If you're still coloring, just glance up every so often, and I'm just gonna show you how I'm gonna cut out my balloon. So I'm gonna go over my guidelines that I've made for that little box, and I'm gonna cut just on the lines, just like that. So now I know I have my little flap ready when I want it. And then I'm gonna go and cut out, you don't need to cut on the lines though. And I'm just going close to the lines, just like this. Not exactly on them, but pretty close, not enough space so that it's just like a bunch of random whiteness around. And then I just cut to the top of my tab, just like this. So this is what I'm left with for my balloon. And this is gonna be right here. This is the tab that's gonna fold over and gonna be stuck to the side, top, or wherever of our box. I'm gonna set that down, and then I'm gonna cut myself out. So again, for every single one you cut out, the first part you wanna do is cut out that little tab, okay? So I'm gonna go, and cut, and cut my little tab. And then I'm gonna cut around my body and myself. And again, I'm not going perfectly in with the lines. I'm just going close enough and around myself. Just like this.
Hudson, do you have a question?
I'm done, but I have to go. But I have to go a little early because I have to go to some place.
Okay, let me show you the last step really quick. So you're gonna take your pieces.
I already did it.
Oh, you're done, like all the way done.
I know.
Okay, good. Thank you for sharing, Hudson. Thank you for being here. We'll see you on Friday.
Bye.
Bye, Hudson.
Bye.
Hopefully it's gonna be a different thing. Bye. Gotta go.
Oh, it will be.
Bye now.
Okay, so then the last step you guys are gonna do is take your little tabs, fold them over, and you're gonna take your glue just like we saw in the video. You're gonna take your glue or your tape and you're gonna glue on the tab, just like this. It doesn't matter which side you do. You can do the front or the back. So if you did the front, it's gonna glue like this. On the inside, if you did the back, it's gonna glue right on top. And then you'll push it in wherever you want it to be. Each one's gonna look a little bit different. So I put my balloon right there, just like that. And then I'm gonna glue my person. So again, you don't have to be on this step. I'm just wanting you guys to know what we're gonna do because we are running a little bit short on time. I'm gonna glue the tab of my person and I'm gonna glue it. And this is important. It doesn't matter where you glue most everything else, but your person, you wanna make sure that your hand that is up is pointing to the balloon. Just like that. So it's generally gonna point to the balloon like that. And then all the other pieces you could put in. So I'll put my rainbow right here. I'll put my cloud up here. I'll put my sun like over here, wherever you want them to be, put them there. And then once you're all ready to do that, all you need to do is take your bit of string, measure it out on how long it needs to be to connect your hand to your balloon and tape it there or glue it, whatever you have. I have glue, I'm gonna glue mine. So I'm gluing it. Tape might be better for this actually. I have both. So this is the step that I might use tape. Where did I put my tape? Oh. So I'm gonna take a piece of tape, take my piece of string, and I'm gonna tape it to my balloon. Just like this. I'm gonna re-glue it, make sure it's nice and sturdy and stays well. And then I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna tape my hand to my string. And this also should really help if your person is flopping over. My person was flopping a little bit, but once you put the string on, it should help keep them nice and sturdy. So everyone take a look and see my box just like this. And yeah, you can glue in the rest of your pieces. Hopefully everyone knows the following steps because we are just almost out of time. Does anyone have any last minute questions, comments, concerns about final steps? If you guys are still doing it on your own and you're left after class, do we have any questions?
Clea?
Can you share the Google link for our classroom? Because I think I only saw it for another class in the email.
Oh, the Google Drive? Okay, yeah, let me look it up right now.
Thank you.
Did you have the email with all of the class schedules and everything, or did you only get one for just this one? Just this one? Okay. Yep, we'll make sure to share that with you then. You're welcome. Is there anybody else with any last minute questions? Miss Ashley, are you muted?
Hi, I just want to see how these projects are turning out. Does anyone want to share? I just want to see.
It's good. We're still working, so we're still in like full work mode. So we might have to
You could finish on Friday too. They're all in the same house.
Yeah,
I
if
can-
you guys have any questions on Friday that are gonna end up not being answered at the end of today, carry them over and we will answer them then.
No problem. Steven totally gets this project now, right? Ooh.
Oh, wow, these look amazing.
Can you spotlight Shyly? Check that one.
Yep.
Wow.
There we go.
Wow. Hold on, sweetie. Smile. I'm going to take a picture. Smile. Cute. Okay, let's spotlight another one. Does anyone want to hold theirs up? Let's see. Ooh, switch it to Mackie, Steven.
Mackie. All right. There we go.
Do it.
Mac-
Smile.
Wait, Mackie, I can't see your face though. Put your head to the side like this. Hold it like that. Yeah. Thanks, Mom.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, big smile. Smile. These look amazing.
Turned out so good.
They came out so good, and there were a lot of steps. Ooh, spotlight
look,
Savannah.
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 Wow.
There we go.
Savannah, smile.
Oh,
These are literally the cutest things I've ever seen.
where does the rainbow go? You can put it wherever you want. I would put mine at the bottom. I would put mine right here. If I had cut it out, I would have put it right here.
What a fun project. Thank you, Skyler.
Yeah, totally.
Ooh, let's spotlight Virginia.
Amazing.
It's Virginia. Where did you go? There you are. Awesome.
Beautiful smile. Smile, Virginia. You're so cute. What a fun class.
Uh-huh.
I want to let you guys know on Friday, since it's 4th of July day, we're having a theme day, a dress up day. So make sure to wear your red, white, and blue or your flags or whatever so we can celebrate all together. And Skyler will not be here on Friday. There'll be a substitute. Her name is Kelly, but she's the best. And Steven will still be here.
Mhm.
So again, if you have any questions about this project, because I
Yeah.
know we were a little bit rushed at the end,
That's
hold
okay.
them in your brain and ask them on Friday to Steven, because he knows all about our shadow boxes now. But, oh my gosh, this was such a fun project. Thank you guys so much for being here. Awesome.
All right.
Okay, and we're gonna end the meeting in about 2 minutes. So
Oh wow, Miles. What is
wow.
that is really
Wow.
cool.
And Kalia's. Wow.
So creative, you guys.
I love them.
Wow.
Oh, Kalia's, that's awesome.
Wow.
Love it. Smile.
All Smile, Kalia.
Aw.
All right, and then let's, oops, that's not the button. And then Miles, did you want to show yours also again? I love it. You also had the carriage.
You got so creative, Miles.
Oh, are you muted? Here,
Skylar,
let me-
you're amazing. These came out great.
There you go.
Whoa.
You want to smile?
So
Wow.
this is
Whoops. We have to
Okay.
tape this and stuff.
yeah. So this is my you know the movie Fantastic Beasts?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is a carriage from Fantastic Beasts, and I made the background be like Dementors and falling stars, and the
Wow.
carriage
Awesome.
is being ridden by like a Pegasus, and there's water splashing from the wheels.
Well, you know what?
So
You know what,
awesome.
Miles? I'm really proud of you because you listened to all the steps that Skylar did, and then you made your own choices, and it looks super, super cool. Good job, buddy. Way to be creative.
Yeah,
It looks
awesome.
amazing.
Miss Ava, yours looks amazing. Miss Sydney, yours is awesome as well.
Good job, Ava. That looks beautiful. I love it. Okay, guys, we're gonna go ahead and end it so you can hop off, and we'll see you on Friday.
Bye,
Thank you guys
everyone.
for being
Bye-bye.
here. Bye.